Seinfuck.
I have to say right off the bat, it's so funny that we were about to record and then Robert had to like quickly go to the washroom. His family's cat comes into frame, perfectly lined up with the camera. And then just as Robert returns, the cat kind of gets off the chair and then shuts down his computer. And then we have to...
Yeah, he stepped on the power button because he cares about my mental health.
I guess he does. He got a good look at me and Malcolm and said, not tonight.
Not tonight.
We were whispering to him, sweet. We were going, and all that good stuff that the cats.
I was singing him Tom Jones. I was like, "What's new, pussycat?" And that's why I think he really.
Yeah, that's probably what caused it. Now that you mention it,
that's also probably why every girlfriend you've ever been with is just like, "What's new, pussycat?" Whoa, whoa, whoa. Every time you try to have sex, it's ridiculous.
It's every time I see a new pussy, I just do that. I go, "What's new,
Malcolm?" This can't be true. Surely when you're going down on a woman, you're not singing "What's New, Pussycat."
No, I'm not. I've never.
No, he absolutely is. He's lying to you. And it's actually what's worse is that one time it talked back and it just said another dude's dick.
Oh.
Yeah. It said Trevor.
Well, Trevor, Stephen, John.
It's better than getting queefed at.
Ask not for whom the vagina queefs, it queefs for you.
It queefs for you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Amongst other things you shouldn't say to a vagina. I guess that's a good start.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Is there anything else you shouldn't say? Like, is there just like, like, oh, you know what? The one you shouldn't do is you go like sometimes girls do it to guys, but you shouldn't return the favor by going like, just tapping and going, is this thing on?
Oh my God. See, if a girl did that to me, I would think it was quirky. But if I think I did it the other way around, I can imagine I get hit.
Yeah, also it's like the way you're supposed to do it, you shouldn't tap on a mic that often.
Is this thing on?
Hey, what's up? What's going on, party people?
Yeah, you just keep doing it. She like laughs the first time. You keep doing it. You keep trying to get a reaction. She's like, all right.
That's enough. You're about to get a broken fucking nose.
That's excellent. You're doing an entire sound check on her pussy.
Oh, that made me giggle.
Sorry, I had to shut my window because my neighbors could hear me sound checking into a vagina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. If only we were so lucky.
Girls, if you want me to check the acoustics of your vagina, hit me up at buckpanic on twitter.com. Blue Sky is coming soon.
He will bring a tuning fork and everything.
Fellow Blue Sky people who are escaping the Twitter exodus, soon I will be able to be followed there. Come tell me what policies you think are the worst or whatever the fuck you care about.
From what I've seen for the most part, I don't know. Mostly furry porn, it seems like that's what they care about primarily.
It's really funny because you'd think that there would be somewhere free of furries, but there's just not. They are an infectious disease.
No, they run the internet. You can't avoid them.
If Project 2025 was focused on deporting furries, it would have mass support.
No, instead, he's just the guy who is just like who ran it is getting appointed to the FCC, one of the co-authors.
Surely nothing will come of that.
Surely nothing will come of that.
My favorite recent development is obviously watching how much Donald Trump truly despises Elon Musk, and you're like, that relationship's done. Like, I don't even know if they're gonna make it to like the inauguration. Like,
I don't
feel
think
like
he knows Trump hates him because he glazes him constantly.
No, he's ever like Elon Musk is ever the guy in high school who thinks he's your friend and that you painfully hate every single moment he finds and that you spend time with him, so much so that if you see him across campus, you have to you turn into a fucking solid snake to try to avoid him.
I had a guy like that in high school, and I showed him. You remember like Mr. Weeble?
Yeah.
I showed him the Narwhal song, And for weeks, he would come up to me. For weeks, he would come up to me and be like, narwhals, narwhals. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. I considered showing him Badger, just to get a different change. But I think that would have been worse.
This is going to be good. Have you seen this great new video? It's just called Mall or whatever.
Yeah, where you can search it. Oh, that reminds me though, Robert. I had a bar prepared for the Elon thing. I didn't know if you guys would like it, but I'm going to give it to you now, all right?
Yeah.
Sure.
So Elon Musk has finally completed his Revenge of the Nerds comeback for all of the people who pushed him downstairs in high school. He's leading a multi-million-dollar company and has been appointed to the government. The problem is he's also a top 20 Diablo player, so those bullies still think he's a fucking loser.
It was kind of funny. I remember reading an interview with Elon Musk's dad, like a number of years back, and the fact that he was just I think it was specifically got part of the rotation when Elon was just well, I was bullied in school and I'm a victim, and me being the quote unquote richest man in the world it was my form of personal revenge about them. And then his dad was on interview oh yeah, no, they hated him because he was racist and he made fun of a kid whose parent died of cancer. That's his dad saying that.
Oh no, his dad has constantly been dunking on him. If you're talking about also his brother's name, I believe, is Kimball or whatever. Kimball
Musk. That is a name.
That is definitely a name.
Kimball and Elon, just set up for whatever. But to go back briefly, is one of my favorite things, or maybe I mentioned this on the podcast before, was the fact that when Elon Musk was like, I didn't come from money. I'm not super rich. He was basically there's that rumor it's not a rumor, but it's the diamond, the emerald mine. It was an
emerald mine.
And yeah, he was just that's where the family's money came from. If you can prove it, I'll pay you $1 million. And then his dad was just yeah, I own the emerald mine. We were rich. He just went to Newsweek and was yeah, I'm going to dunk on my son. And I just was mwah, chef's kiss to the pops.
They love it.
Papa Musk.
You don't understand, Malcolm. George Soros paid them to go on Newsweek. Of course, they were hurting for money at the time.
I mean, let's be honest. If there's one thing that rich people hate more than poor people, it's other rich people.
Particularly their progenies, in every case. Have you ever met a rich person that likes their kids? Have you ever seen one on TV? I'm waiting. Will Smith does not count, by the way.
Will Smith does not like his kids. Will Smith thinks of his kids as clones of himself or other.
They might be clones of him.
Yeah.
They look like they were born in test tubes.
I think M. Night Shyamalan likes his daughters because he
That's
literally
he's funding an entire career for both of them.
Yeah, I mean, he basically gave his daughter a feature film already, and then put his other daughter, literally, who's a singer, made her the big pop star in Trap.
Made her not Lady Gaga in that movie.
Will Smith did the same shit, the same exact thing.
That's true.
But think of the idea that Will Smith has 3 kids, I want to say, and one of them we've never heard about.
Yeah, he has a son named Trey. It's the oldest one, and Trey, I think, is just a computer programmer. He's just I don't want anything to do with this.
Yeah,
I think it's because
he's not involved in the project of Will Smith pretending that he's not gay.
Yeah, Trey.
He's just his own person.
Trey has a different mom. It's not Jada Pinkett Smith. It's another person. I also love, just in the lore of the Smith family, just how much Jada Pinkett Smith is just going yeah, Tupac is the love of my life. I'm settling for Will Smith.
To be fair, if you're Will Smith, you have to understand, okay? This is not something that you can be I was better than Tupac. No, you weren't.
No.
People would have died for people have died for Tupac.
Yeah.
Who's the last guy who laid his life on the line for Will Smith?
Chris Rock. When he got
Chris Rock took one for the team.
Oh my God. It was so funny when the slap happened and fucking what's his name from The Hangover and all not the hang. Oh, Judd Apatow was just he could have killed him.
Judd Apatow knows reality when he sees it, and that was not it. That shit was faker than the Mike Tyson fight against Jake Paul.
God, just looking at Tyson's knees and is he gonna die?
His knees, his ass. He had his ass out.
Well, he had his ass. No, but did you see just his knees were shaking, trembling before the end of it because he's a like a 60-year-old man trying to fight like he was in his 20s.
Yeah. Well, my favorite is now that Jake Paul has won that, he's trying to challenge, you know, that there's that famous Twitch streamer, like, what is it? I Show Speed.
That would be awesome. I would pay so much money.
He's like 18 years old.
Care.
He's like,
Don't
I'm here
care.
to, he wants to fight him.
I would love to see him box I Show Speed.
I will say this. I think I Show Speed is smart enough to be like, fuck this. I don't want anything to do with this.
I Show Speed should do it. He can jump over Lamborghinis. There's no reason he shouldn't be able to.
Oh, imagine he just like there's like punches and I Show Speed just keeps jumping up. Like,
that'd be really funny. Yeah,
he's like the John Morant of streamers. Like he just like fucking has the athleticism.
It's all fun and games until everyone in there is chanting racist slurs at I Show Speed, because that's what his chat does.
I want to go back quickly to Judd Apatow's tweet, because it does hold up, which is he goes after the Chris Rock slap. For those who don't remember, Judd Apatow, director of The 40-Year-Old Virgin, This Is 40, Funny People, The Bubble. He wrote in a tweet, he could have killed him. That's pure out of control rage and violence. They've heard a million jokes about them in the last 3 decades. They are not freshmen in the world of Hollywood and comedy. He lost his mind.
All right. It wasn't that bad. Will Smith, you're not going to get killed by Will Smith.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that guy get famous again? He just like leaned on funny people to say shit off camera, off script.
That's a good question.
No, the lore, if you will, the lore of Judd Apatow is that he was childhood friends, I believe, with
Roman
Adam
Polanski.
No.
This would be the only explanation, wouldn't it?
No, it was with Adam Sandler.
You know, I saw a tweet the other day, speaking of Roman Polanski. They were color correcting Chinatown, and they put a darkened filter over it. And in the tweet, they just said the director hated it. Everyone in the comments just like, the director, huh?
Yeah, the director.
And they were just like, well, why don't you just tell the director to come down to Hollywood, USA, and we can patch this all over?
Go to a country with an extradition treaty with the U.S. and we can get this all settled.
We'll get it all settled for you. No problem, Mr. Director Man.
Yeah, apparently he was roommates with Adam Sandler. That's basically it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Boy, that has the potential to be the least funny dorm room in the college.
No, but he also apparently, when he was a kid, would interview comedians for like his like high school radio show. Like he would call up. So he has like interviews where he like interviewed like Jerry Seinfeld when he was like, when Judd Apatow was like 12 years old.
Can you imagine how that went? Christ.
Yeah, apparently that started because his mom worked at a comedy club, which is like the lamest way to get into comedy. My mom's getting sexually harassed every night by drunkards. I should be one of the people on stage to entertain these people.
That's the Oedipal complex gone to the extreme. We all know that. Mm-hmm. Boy, howdy. You know, I just learned Robin Williams was a joke thief, speaking of comedy clubs.
Oh, yeah, no, he was a notorious joke thief.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And Larry David, both of them.
Larry David, dude, no, don't meet your heroes. Christ save us. They're going to tell me Shane Gillis is still in jokes now.
No, I don't think he is yet. But like usually like comedians start having to like hire other comedians to write jokes for them once they like get famous enough. There's like where it's like they can't live a normal life. And like I think Shane Gillis is on that tier. Like I was at the Canucks game this week and they announced they're like, oh yeah, and you know, you could win tickets to see Shane Gillis here at Rogers Arena in like January 28th. And I was like, what? He's selling out Rogers now?
You can just imagine Shane Gillis at Rogers Arena just being like up there on the mic. He's just like, oh, I fucking hate Canadians. You guys are
that is an apt. Yeah.
You'd be like Justin Trudeau, gay.
Your guys' Parliament is so goofy. I was watching Parliament videos. He's got a right to call you guys gay. I mean, like, the way that you guys talk in like common parlance is so funny because it's like a nation run by Minnesota or something like that. It is so goofy.
It is goofy. I will give you that. It is.
A Quebecois person stood up and started screaming about how his party was for the average Canadians who won't suffer the tax cuts. And like the opposition party leader was just like, well, that was kind of wacky.
Might as well just have a video of a guy fucking his wife in the background.
Canadian national anthem, you mean?
Oh, say, hero Canada.
Yeah, oh, say.
I did the wrong one. Fuck you.
Get co-opted, motherfucker.
Call me fucking called out. Call me out. Co-opt me.
You are our hat. It will forever be this way. So I was looking at the movies that are in the theaters this week, fellas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously, I have to take this call. Just keep talking.
Where people are all going to the theaters, they're going to go see Red One.
That makes me extremely sad, but you're not wrong.
The Rock said that he saw Oppenheimer. And their digital effects were so mind-boggling, and the 4K film experience was so tantalizing that he just knew that Red One the same form.
Oh, it's so bad.
What is Red One even fucking about? Dude?
Someone kidnapped Santa and Dwayne Johnson and fucking Captain America go and have to save him. The whole trailer has a bit. I was just like, we can't trust him. He's on the list.
And AI wrote this. You can't convince me otherwise.
Yeah, and there's a CGI polar bear man, and it just keeps going.
Everybody stop. It's the Grinch, and it's like a big green dinosaur. You're like, it's the Grinch, don't move.
You say that as Gladiator 2 is out now.
Yeah. No, I was going to say, it also didn't Red One bomb like horrifically because, well, here's the thing. Have you seen the clip of how Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was talking about how they needed to release Red One on IMAX? And the reason he believed he needed to see it on IMAX is that he went and watched Oppenheimer, and then he was like, he literally says, and let's maybe post a clip.
Malcolm. I told Robert the same thing. While you were taking your fucking
Harper told
call.
This exact fucking thing.
All right, Sasha.
Maybe don't take a fucking call in the middle of the podcast.
Leave it in, Sasha. What was so important?
So fucking important
on America's favorite comedy podcast.
Come on, we want details. We want names. We want dollars.
I sold a carpet on Facebook Marketplace. The guy picked it up. The guy was an hour and a half late.
Stop the podcast and sell a fucking carpet. I can't believe
You
it.
heard it here first. The Seinfuck podcast worth less than a carpet on Facebook Marketplace.
It's a large carpet. I mean, it's hard to sell.
It's so large.
I spit on your fucking rug, Malcolm. Fuck you.
Yeah.
It's not a rug. It's a carpet.
I sold it to a guy named Shane. All right. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Did you really?
I did.
That's bullshit.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, what's
Shane,
his
hit
address?
us up. Tell us what you think of Malcolm's carpet, and I'll tell you what happened to it.
Me and Robert was living on that carpet for 3 months. So
I'll tell you exactly what happened to it.
Yeah.
I know exactly what happened to that carpet if Robert was living on it. In order to make an apple pie, you must make a cum pie.
In order to
A cream
make an
pie.
apple pie, you first have to fuck my wife.
She has to be motivated.
That's true.
I'm sorry, Malcolm. What were you about to say, or do you have to take another call to
No,
sell?
we
don't care.
I don't have to listen. I don't have to take another call. I don't have to do anything.
Oh, your schedule's clear? I'm just making sure.
I just sold a carpet.
We don't want to really bother your busy schedule with our little intricacies.
Malcolm's making free range calls to prostitutes. That's true.
Yeah. Don't
Yes, he
worry.
is.
They're free range.
They're free range.
They run around Vancouver and eat
They're
catches.
fine.
They
You
bring
know,
back
you
the-
can't really get those in cages anymore.
You know what you say, Robert. You got to wait for those prostitutes to come back to roost. You know,
Yep.
you can't count your hookers before they.
Yeah. One in the hand is worth two on the street.
Two in the. We're working it out, Malcolm. It'll be funny. Just give us a minute, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Don't just fucking type your little notes in and be like, cut that, cut that, cut that, cut all of this.
I recently was told that we cut too much in this podcast, by the way.
I heard the same. Who told you that?
Close personal friend.
close person.
Your mom.
Podcast.
No.
His mom's not listening to this
And then I
podcast.
told my mom that you cut me saying and shit. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It's actually a TEDx talk, which is just sad.
It's where I come up and tell you you're fat and racist.
And
Have you? Yeah. Speaking of fat racists, have you seen that there's this Twitter account on Twitter? It's called Santa Decides, and it's like a very distinctly right-wing account where it's like Santa just decided, and like the guy who's posted this is crazy because he's just like, today he spent like most of the day putting guns on the nice and naughty list. Like he's like, the Smith and Wesson M&P Shield is on the nice list. He's like, the USFA Zip, .22 is on the naughty list.
Yeah, the Zip 22 should be on the naughty list. It's not a reliable firearm, and it's made out of plastic. So
yeah,
what about just the classic AR-15?
He literally said he put Kid Rock on the nice list yesterday.
Okay, well, let's talk about that because he's probably a statutory rapist if his lyrics are anything to go off of.
Chris Rock or
yeah, who are you talking about?
Who do you think we're talking about?
I thought you said Kid Rock.
No, well, he is. He definitely is.
He put Kid Rock on the nice list.
That's what I'm saying. Kid Rock is a statutory rapist if his lyrics are to be believed. It is insane. And let me tell you something. You could put anything in front of kids in the 2000s and they would have gobbled that shit up. Have you gone back and watched the original Jimmy Neutron movie?
We were kids in the 2000s. We gobbled that shit up.
You know what? The Jimmy Neutron movie is very much about this, and this is what happens. Here's the sequence of events. Kids want to go to an amusement park that opens past curfew, and their parents say no, so they basically get rid of them.
Oof.
And then they realize they can't do anything for themselves because they're stupid fucking kids, and they get all sad about it because
they go into space.
Space, which is like a non sequitur. But
well, yeah, but it does assume a lot that these kids can't fend for themselves, but they can go into space.
Yeah, and here's the other thing: these movies were very transparently built around a soundtrack. It seems like if they weren't built around the soundtrack, then they just put whatever on a fucking soundtrack to sell it separately, and that's where the real money got raked in, is in those royalties. So why do it?
Because it makes people money. Why do anything, Harper, that doesn't have a great creative thread? No one gives a shit.
Which brings me to my next topic. Gladiator 2 is in theaters. What is this movie even fucking about? What was unfinished in Gladiator 1? All the good characters die in Gladiator 1. So why make a second one? About what?
Does Joaquin Phoenix character die in the first Gladiator?
Yeah. It's in the fucking the climax of the film.
I just, for some reason,
Maximus Decimus Aurelius literally fucking stabs him in the gut and he kills him.
Okay, good.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't think Russell Crowe's character even shows up or is mentioned in Gladiator.
Yeah, I think he's dead. He's dead.
He's dead.
His character's dead. Obviously, Russell Crowe might as well be dead. But
I think his character. Why did you throwing shots at Russell Crowe? What did he do?
He's old, he's gay, and I hate him.
He's had a really bad divorce in 2010.
A public divorce, disgraceful.
And he was selling off movie props to pay for it.
Was he for real?
Yeah, he was. It was actually really sad because he was on Fox and Friends hawking them.
Oh yeah.
Man.
He was. I knew he was doing bad when there was one of the few Canadian shows that I used to watch all the time was a show called Republic of Doyle, which was a PI show set on in Newfoundland in St. John's, and he showed up in an episode because he happens to be best friend or not best friends, but he happened to be friends with the guy who created and starred in the show, Alan Hocko. And when I realized he showed up on a Canadian procedural, I was like, oh no, Russell Crowe is going through it. Why is he here?
That sounds like fucking garbage, Malcolm. What do you guys have up there for TV? A fucking PI show that takes place in Newfoundland?
We have a lot of bad shows. I would say we're constantly about 5 to 10 years behind. Our comedies are good. Every few years we get
you think they're good. They're not good.
We get a Schitt's Creek. We get, Kim's Convenience.
No.
You get that.
No.
But what do you know?
No, both Schitt's Creek and Kim's Convenience are equally terrible.
That's crazy. Calling Schitt's Creek terrible
Canadians
is crazy.
They're funny because they have no sense of humor.
What are you talking about?
Schitt's Creek is for people who are lonely enough in life that they have TV as friends instead of real ones.
Got him.
What are you talking about? What are you saying?
No, he's right.
No, he's not right.
I'm absolutely right.
You're a Canadian. Say something funny.
Yeah, go on. Try. For once on this fucking podcast.
All right. All right. Something funny.
See, that would get you killed in America.
There is a guy who I went to the open mic with who would stab you on stage for that.
No, I'm a pretty
There's
funny
a guy
guy.
in a bus in LA that would kill you for that.
He's on the way up there right now.
I paid for his ticket on the Pacific Express Amtrak.
Fucking the Pacific Starliner. He is on the way.
He's comfortable. He's well fed.
I paid for a fucking roomette, motherfucker. 3 meals a day included, including dessert.
I love this look on Malcolm's face because he's clearly concentrated on something, but he looks horrified at what you're saying.
No, I am horrified because I feel like it was a lose-lose situation. Like you were, if I had said something like, you know, like I told one of my jokes, you would have also like shit on me.
No,
and you'd be like, well, you should have said
no.
something
Maybe
funny,
it could have
guys.
been actually funny, and you could have given us a chance to have some decent taste. I don't
Why
know.
don't you tell us a funny joke, Malcolm?
Yeah,
I'm
go
not
on.
gonna say- I
Genuinely
know.
funny joke.
I don't want to. I know
You
what
have
you
to
don't
say.
deserve.
No.
You don't.
Yeah,
you know what?
You've had me do stand-up material here. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not. I'm not sharing it. I don't.
Malcolm.
I don't feel like I need to.
Malcolm.
I'm not going to be bullied by two sad Americans. All right. I'm
Malcolm,
not.
we're sad and American and bullying you. Those
Yeah,
things can all
those
happen at the same
all
time.
can be happen, and still you could tell a funny joke.
I'm good for now. All right. I'm here to just chat and have a good time.
I'm not going to shut up until you tell a bit.
I'm
like a
not
joke.
doing it.
You mean
There's
we're
no
gonna
way.
shut up until
Are
you
you going
tell
to make me
it?
beg, Malcolm?
I want. Actually, yes. I'm going to make you beg.
Please, fucking please do. Please tell
Come
me. a
on,
fucking
Malcolm, stop
joke.
scrolling Twitter for 2 minutes and tell a joke.
Malcolm, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I'm gonna fucking kill myself if you don't tell a stand-up joke now. Please, dude. Please.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm good.
I wish Project 2025 also included taking over Canada and expatriating all of its residents.
Annexing Vancouver.
Easy. It would be easy. You guys
It would
can't
be
fight.
quite easy, yeah.
You have no military.
I just don't want to burn my material, so I'm not going to.
But make up something, Malcolm. Come on.
Come on.
Brother, this is the guy I was telling you about the other day in PE. Malcolm, dude, this guy's hilarious. Say something funny, Malcolm.
What's up?
This
Fucking
guy gets
awesome.
it.
Nah, I'm gonna shoot you tomorrow.
Don't come to school tomorrow.
No,
Yeah,
come to school.
No, actually, you come to school, you don't.
Yeah.
Come to school. Brother,
Yeah,
you're
no.
good. You can chill at home.
Yeah, go watch Rugrats or something.
Yeah, Rugrat's sick.
Oh.
Like, if I'm up on stand-up, right, let me just fucking, like, I'll give you a little lead by example here, Malcolm. You ready?
All right.
Check this out, all right? I have no self-confidence. I struggle with self-confidence. I don't think that I'm hot shit or anything like that. So even in my dreams, I kind of get shit on. Does this happen to you guys? You get shit on a lot?
Sure.
So I have this dream where I'm making out with this girl and she's fucking banging. She's so hot and it's got tongue and everything. You might question what's going on in my bed to give me this sensory feeling. I hope I never find out because it feels so real. And I got dogs. So I'm kissing her and she pulls away. I'm like, you want to take this to the bedroom? She's like, give me 2 hours. I think that's kind of weird. But you're in a dream, so you roll with it. You go, you swim in the pool. You know, you try to catch fish that appear in the pool because you're dreaming. And then you go back. And I say, how you feeling now? And she's like, oh, I actually was on Molly when I said that. And when I was kissing you, I actually think you're horribly ugly and fat. And then I wake up. And that's it for me, guys.
Harper, you would kill.
You would kill.
What do you think? That was a
It's
good
a
one?
good character bit. Yeah, no, this is that's
Character,
a thing.
yeah, no, it was
Character bit. Fuck off, Malcolm.
No, I don't really.
Maybe
He's
we're not so vulnerable that we're okay with sharing the sides of ourselves on stage that you aren't.
He's a guy Harper's obviously supposed to be on Characters Welcome. Like he's so obviously supposed to do that.
You know what I really want to end up, if I ever like actually give it a shot, you know, they do the weekend update where they write each other's jokes
Yeah.
Sure.
and just have each other say like the most terrible shit. I want to do that with Robert.
You would be
so
really
fucking
good at
bad.
that. You would.
No, I want to do it with Robert because we would be fucked up
We would be
so bad.
instantly cruel.
I would have Robert quoting FBI crime stats within like a minute.
Yeah, I mean, I'd also have you like really like making like a motivational speech, and then you find out like 90% of it was from Mein Kampf.
They cannot take away what is ours.
Malcolm, did you try to improv quote Mein Kampf just now?
Yeah, he did like a little Martin Luther kind of thing too at the end of that.
I feel bad because I did. I did.
You didn't tell a fucking stand-up joke?
I blocked
true.
when I should have accepted. And then I let Harper tell his stand-up joke.
A genuinely good, funny joke? Yeah, that's crazy,
It's not too late for
right?
you. You can get up right now, Malcolm.
What's going on, guys?
Do a bit that kills right now, Malcolm.
Yeah, fucking do it.
Or I kill myself.
You know what?
I don't-
If you become the reason my best friend kills himself, we are done.
That'll be a bridge too far. Thanks for letting me sleep on your couch or whatever.
But dude, that is not chill.
Yeah, just two best friends and a guy that they talk to sometimes.
Oh, we're best friends, Malcolm. We're best friends until it's our week in the hockey pool, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
It's no holds barred.
Yeah.
You're one ugly son of a bitch, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, we're not gonna be best friends in about 8.5 weeks.
Is that when we're scheduled? We
I
have some
don't know.
time, Malcolm. Would you be all right with that, Robert? With Donald Trump being a big fan of the show?
I would call him a shit every single episode that I have that opportunity. I would make him stop listening and or seed the idea in his mind that he's absolutely worthless, because he is.
See, and that's why Malcolm's the fan favorite, because he wouldn't do that to Mr. President, would you, Malcolm?
No, obviously not. I believe in democracy and the will of the people.
He has a mandate, Robert.
Yeah, Malcolm,
Listen,
you really are that kind of guy, like historically, that they find out like after 1945 was like a collaborator the whole time.
Yeah, he's a capo or whatever they call the Jewish people that told on other Jewish people.
Yeah, he was just like a guy from Norway who was just like, well,
he was just so bad.
No,
he wasn't so bad. And then there's shot via firing squad in 1946.
No, I was never a collaborator. I'm always nestled up to power, but not like enough that people realize I'm beside it. My dad used to say, my dad used to say, he's like, listen, don't become a politician. Just get to know politicians from all sides.
Just be a collaborator.
just play all the sides, so you always come out on top.
Yeah, listen, son. You got to
just be literally the worst, the least principled person in existence.
Honestly, morals, dude. You got to like picture Malcolm's dad's got to be Colin Farrell's the Penguin, right?
Yeah, he kind of.
What are you showing me?
Well, no. Unironically, so like, I'll tell the story. Is that about a year ago, my brother and I we get this call from like my lawyer, and it's just like, yeah, they discovered a bunch of your dad's stuff, and like one of that like was in like some hidden room that they found, and so they we go okay, we'll go get it. Go and get it, and there's this random box of jewelry. I don't know where it came from or whatnot. And literally yesterday, I take the box over to my mom's place because I've got to sort it out. I'm going to sell some stuff. And she calls me up this morning and she just goes, "There's bad juju in that box." She's like, she goes, "There's evil radiating from that box."
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's the truth. It sounds like she wants to sell the jewels.
Yeah, she's like, "There's children's jewelry in there. It's from the loan sharking." She's like,
the what?
The loan sharking.
That was a loan shark.
I was like, I don't know where this came from.
Stop exposing the business, Malcolm. I'm going to stop you right here because you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. You're going to get us in a lot of trouble.
you ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, no. And that's why you have to really make sure that no matter who's in power, that you're always okay, all right? Because when they're not looking, you're getting their jewels. You're getting their, you're like, oh, yeah, I'll take this necklace.
You're taking their watch and then their fingers as collateral.
Yeah, exactly. Collateral for the collaborator. That's what it is.
Oh my God. See, we finally squeezed a little bit out of him.
Yeah, it took us fucking long enough.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine, like, it was fucking, they got Malcolm's dad on his knees. They got guns pointed at him. He's just like, so what you gonna do, huh? You gonna let him walk all over you? You gonna let the Canadian justice system treat you like shit? They don't even know your fucking names. They don't know your fucking names. And they're just like, be quiet, McLeod. He's just like, so what? So you can have me in? They treat you like shit. They don't know your name.
Kind of. But it was very funny to get that call because I had that box under my bed, and my mom was also going like, I don't know how you slept over that evil box every night.
Like a baby, apparently. You grew up all right.
I sleep deep. I sleep deep and long. So,
do you have any funny dreams, Malcolm?
Maybe I haven't had a lot of. I've been having.
Does your brain
dreaming.
parse information while you sleep? This is an important question.
I don't know. I can't really remember my dreams. I used to have a lot of dreams about like being on SNL, but like it was me like literally being on it, where like I could see the cue cards and everything.
Were you bombing?
Oh yeah, I was constantly. I was like, I'm in a sketch with like Kristen Wiig and like Melissa McCarthy. I'm like, why am I here? Like, what?
You're in your underwear and you just look at the crowd and you go, I'm gay.
I'm like dressed as Shrek, and I'm like, why am I doing this?
Because you look like Shrek, obviously. You're the only cast member who looks enough like Shrek to be in the costume. What do you fucking think was going to happen?
No, I know.
So funny. No, that's awesome. No, see, those are what you consider quality dreams. If you're someone like me, like I used to have dreams where like like good things happen to me and stuff like that. But lately, it's literally all stuff like I just told you about, and it's like girls like I had a dream the other night where it was windy outside and I was walking and the girl was wearing a Kraken hat. And being a hockey fan, I'd be like, the Kraken, great. But it blows off of her head and I catch it. And I like jog after her. I throw it back and I'm like, hey, catch, she catches it. And I was just like, so you're pretty cute. Can I get your number? And she laughs at me and turns around and walks away.
Oh, no.
It's a dream. What the fuck?
Dream you need, or like your subconscious needs to be nicer to you, Harper. The opposite is true for Malcolm, though.
I'm spitting game. Let him tell his joke. He was about to tell you how he jerks off in the bathtub. Malcolm, go on.
Yeah. No. So yeah, it just. Sometimes you go around and you're playing with yourself in there. I never come to completion in the bath because I don't want to be like in like.
You don't want to avoid the swimmers. Because
you don't want to soak in the juices.
No, I don't. But I like to just warm it up. It's a little teasing action. Like you get yourself all worked up for
and then
later.
You get out of the bathtub soaking wet and you come in the toilet.
You're like, that's assuming he makes it that far.
You stand over the toilet and you're just like fucking naked and soaking wet over the toilet.
And then he slips on the bathroom tile and just busts his head open.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
And then
that's just like the paramedics come to the bathroom, you're butt ass naked, your head is bleeding out, and there's a fresh load of cum in the toilet. With a full bath in the background.
I'm like, it's soap. I swear to God, it's just soap.
Sure, sir. Sure. We've seen worse. And they haven't. They're just trying to make you feel better.
What?
There's like a shit covered dildo in the corner.
Oh my God.
I think it'd be even funnier if the bath water was just unconscionably brown. Just the dirtiest bath water that you could possibly do.
Oh, Saturdays. What a day for the boys.
Yeah, it's not like you're the Nazis who were hunting the Jews. You were just their neighbors who told them where they were.
Told them where they were, exactly. You're not a capo per se because you're not Jewish, but you're pretty close. You're a Stasi.
Oh yeah. I've been to the Stasi headquarters in Berlin.
What did it look like?
It's weird. So it's a museum now, but they like left everything from the day it was abandoned, and so like it very much looks like that, like what I expect, like Wall Street, like the movie Wall Street to look like. It's like
there's
that.
Like little green lamps and desks with abandoned visors and calculators.
Oh yeah, they've each have like a leather like pad on every desk with the little thing, so they could like write without like denting the wood on their desks. Yeah.
Krassenberg, Jewish. The communists wanted to know that shit too. Don't act like they didn't.
We have a user submission. I was going to talk about angel numbers, but no, we're going to go to user submission.
Before we do the user submission, I did have a listener who sent me like a quick news story that he wanted me to like bring up just to hear your reactions.
Okay.
So do you want to talk about it a little bit?
It was kind of a user submission. Let's go.
You know what? We'll save this for the next episode.
No, you brought it up.
All right.
Now you get to sit in that stew.
I did. Okay, it's not a stew. It's just a fun story that a listener. Yeah. So shout out to the listener who DM'd me this. His name is Bert. He basically sent me this news story. He goes, I want to hear you guys talk about this.
Nice.
So this one was from CTV News. And it's from LA. This happened in LA. And the headline is, insurers say that bear that damaged luxury cars was actually a person in a costume. In what's dubbed Operation Bear Claw, the California Insurance Department said 4 Los Angeles residents were arrested Wednesday, accused of defrauding 3 insurance companies out of nearly $150,000 by claiming that a bear had damaged their vehicles. The group provided video footage from the San Bernardino Mountains in January of a bear moving inside a Rolls Royce and 2 Mercedes to the insurance companies as part of their damage claims. Photos provided have shown now that the bear was actually an elaborate costume.
No. See, Robert, I don't know about you, but I didn't see no costume. That was a real bear, wasn't it, Robert?
Yeah, it was a fucking bear.
That was a real bear, I think. What are you talking about?
Even if, I'm not saying this is the case, but if someone were to talk about this as if this is a person in the costume, this sounds like they're a dirty little snitch.
Sounds like they're snitching on a person just trying to get what's owed to them from the insurance company.
Yeah.
And that person that was not in a bear costume, but was the victim of a bear attack.
Yeah.
Being wrongfully persecuted, and apparently evidence is being planted on them. You've shown me a picture of this bear costume as well.
Yeah, literally. So are you saying that like a fucking random ass insurance company isn't just going to fake a fake guy in a costume just so they don't have to pay out that money?
Well, yeah, no. So like the police department had a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife review the 3 videos, who concluded it was clearly a human in a bear suit. The insurance department.
It was a sun bear. That was clearly a man. That was not a man. I mean, it was a bear in a bear skin that was not a costume committing these petty crimes.
When you watch the video, which I've linked,
I don't even think I need to see the video.
It is very clearly it's a very clearly a person in a bear costume.
Malcolm, whose side are you on?
I'm on the side of the people because we can't give insurance companies the power that they have.
Exactly. So when I put on the bear costume, you need to play it cool.
Yeah, you need to fucking chill. It's the same shit if you saw a single mother shoplifting at the grocery store. No, you didn't. In the same way that you didn't see Harper in a bear costume fucking up that Rolls Royce.
Same way that I'm at the fucking self-checkout and I just put the cabbage in the bag without saying anything and walk out.
You think I'm going to pay fucking $4 for basil, you fucking cuck?
Out of your fucking mind. Tell you what, I'll weigh the 1 onion. Sure. It's on the receipt.
Sure.
And if I say that there's more than 1 onion and I pay 3 times the cost, who does that make the loser?
Do you know how much they're fucking charging for onions nowadays? I was at the grocery store. It said $1.50 per.
$1.50 per
$1.50 per onion?
Per American dollars.
Those tariffs can't come in any sooner.
So I go into the
Get fucking strobed. Get strobed.
He's for listeners. He's got a strobe flashlight, and Harper is jerking it to the strobe.
I think he's having an epileptic seizure.
Oh, he's having a seizure. It looked like he was having a seizure, but also kind of jerking it at the same time. Oh, but yeah, no. So I'm with you. I wouldn't see anything like they charge for shopping bags sometimes when you have to self checkout.
I know, Harper, you were dead unconscious. They what?
Smelling salts to me. They charge you for grocery bags.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
this country is cartoonish.
And also,
they do it in California too, which is worse.
Yeah, California.
Another cartoonish place to live.
I think they're doing it in Washington State as well.
You haven't named a real state yet.
No, but so if we don't even have plastic grocery bags anymore, it's like the paper ones. But they encourage you just to bring your own reusable. And the shift was a little tough initially, but now it's just like very much like, oh, you just have a bag in the back of your car.
Take your canvas bags. Take the canvas bags to the supermarket.
Supermarket.
It makes you look stupid, though.
Yeah, you don't feel great.
It looks too eager to go grocery shopping.
It only, guys, I'm here to go get a $2 onion.
Tailgating in the parking lot.
Yeah, no, I feel like when I have like a canvas grocery bag in the States, I'm always going like. It makes the most sense when you're going to a Trader Joe's. Like it just feels like that's like the vibe of like a Trader Joe's.
You belong there.
Yeah.
You and your leftist policies belong at Trader Joe's.
Hey, they have really cheap beer. I'm not complaining.
Yeah, no, they've got good alcohol.
How cheap for a sixer of a Trader Joe's?
There's a 12 case of beer called like Summertimes at Trader Joe's. That's $7.99.
Oh, fuck.
6.2%.
Oh, fuck. Is it like a lager pale ale IPA?
Yeah, it's like a somewhere between. It's not an IPA or a fucking pale ale. It's just kind of. It's like a heavier, like a skunkier end of the lager.
Okay, like almost like an amber.
There's more beer genres than metal genres now, and I think we need to go back.
We got to go back.
We've always needed to go back.
How far back, Robert?
How far back? You're asking me how far back?
Now, Robert, it's interesting that you named Jim Crow as your preferable type.
Shut the fuck up. Stop trying to cancel me on Weekend Update, you fucking bastard. We have a user submission.
Oh, good.
This is from somebody who would like to be known as Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
Their song recommendation for producer Sasha is Mr. Brightside by The Killers.
Everyone loves that.
Incredibly good song to be blackout drunk and singing with like 8 other dudes.
In a hockey game.
Because we've all been hurt in that very specific way that only guys can be.
Yeah. Well, what's the question say?
Their question is, how many miles of a marathon could you run today?
Ooh.
0. not a single one. I'll tell you what, I went moshing at the drug church show. I got out. My legs are stiff as a board. I have shin splits. I am not doing nothing.
Oof. Do you actually have shin splints?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, fuck off.
It's not a great indictment that like Robert was initially very concerned. He's like, you have shin splints? Oh my God.
I mean, it's not like, I'm sorry. I love you, Harper. I've never worked out with you.
You never will.
Just eating Caprese salads. Don't worry.
That's
about
right.
it.
We're going to a bar, and I'm ordering the greasiest thing that I can purchase.
The last time that I think I saw you run was we were both running across the street from a bar that the crosswalk was only like 5 minutes like that away, and we were just like, you know what? We're just going to run across, and we both nearly are drunk as shit, and both nearly get hit by cars.
Yeah.
Was I there? I feel like
you weren't there. You didn't even spend time with us past like 6 p.m. that time.
Yeah, you had an appointment.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I've been to Phoenix once. All right. This is when we all went to the Grubhub.
Had to get to his ritzy Airbnb.
And it would be better if you were never there because Phoenix is a garbage city.
We all agree on something. I think I've been doing a lot more running in my working out.
It's a garbage city. I
think I could do a quarter of a marathon right now.
I guess the question is who's actually ran a marathon here.
You've run a marathon?
Yeah, I ran a marathon fucking raising money for the language program at Arizona State University. I threw up like 6 times and my nipples bled.
I'll tell you what, Arizona State University could use a language program. You ever spend 5 minutes with someone who goes to that school?
Yeah, well, you definitely have.
But I was going to say, Robert, I guess the question was, what could you do today? Like if you had, so you have to like. Oh,
my stamina is completely shot. I'd probably be able to run like 3 miles and throw up once and then kind of be okay.
Puke and run.
I think based on like each of our working out schedules, I suspect I have the endurance just to go a little farther than you, Robert, but like not by much. I think like I could just get there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you believe what Malcolm's saying, write in and tell him. If you don't, keep quiet because that's the standard response. runs. Get stroked, bitch.
What the fuck? It's not gonna work. It's only gonna hurt Harper. Only Harper gets injured by this. But yeah, no, like I said, I think I could do about 5. I think I could get through 5 miles.
How many miles in a marathon, Malcolm?
Isn't it like 32 point something? It's like 32.5 or whatever.
Put it in kilometers for him, Malcolm.
I think it's like 42 kilometers.
Okay, how many kilometers could you run, Malcolm?
How many kilometers could I run? I think I could run about 10 kilometers right now.
Okay.
If I had
You're right on the kilometers. It's 42.195.
Okay.
But you were very much off in terms of miles.
Okay, what was the miles?
And you're never going to know.
You're not going to remember.